Have you had a one-to-one conversation with a team member lately? Maybe it's been a while, or maybe you are unsure how to do this effectively. The effort involved in one-to-one conversations with your team members is well worth your time. Studies have shown performance, engagement, and retention increases among employees who have regular and quality communication with their direct supervisor. In this video, you will learn how to facilitate productive, mutually valuable conversations with employees. By the end of this video, you should be able to explain the purpose of a one-to-one conversation, summarize factors that inform the appropriate length and frequency of a one-to-one conversation, and describe the tone and structure of one-to-one conversations. At the most basic level, effective one-to-one conversations are a place to get to know an employee better and to build trust and rapport. The purpose of one-to-one conversations is to provide regular support to employees to achieve the best possible performance. When done well, these conversations reinforce and develop positive behaviors and are a proactive step that help prevent difficult performance management conversations down the road. One-to-one conversations are also an employee's chance to have your full attention, to share their perspectives about their progress, to address challenges, and to seek your guidance. For a one-to-one conversation to be truly effective, it must be a two-way dialogue. Both the supervisor and employee need to be prepared to contribute. If an employee is unprepared, use this time to address barriers and to clarify expectations for future conversations. One-to-one conversations could be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, less depending on the need. Set the duration to be as long as necessary to cover the topics that need to be discussed. The key is for both parties to be fully present and engaged in the discussion, however long it lasts. The frequency of your one-to-one conversations depends on a few factors, such as the size of the team and how much support employees need to be successful in their roles. New team members will need more frequent contact with you as they learn their role, adjust to team norms, and develop an understanding of expectations and how success is measured. Once employees have settled into their roles, weekly, twice a month, or even once a month could be the right frequency. The key is to ensure regular intervals. This translates into truly useful conversations, builds rapport, develops effective communication, and helps employees be successful. Avoid the temptation to cancel your one-to-one conversations when things get busy. This short-term gain in your schedule doesn't pay off in the long term. Regular one-to-one conversation reduces surprises about what is and isn't working. One-to-one meetings are an opportunity to have a more informal and timely conversation than the annual performance management process. They are an opportunity for a more relaxed discussion about day-to-day challenges and achievements. It's one reason why successful performance development practices advocate one-to-one conversations to help build stronger working relationships and trust between leaders and employees. While more informal in tone than the annual review, one-to-one conversations should be structured to ensure important performance topics are addressed. Open the meeting with a brief review of any updates since the last conversation. Avoid getting into task management or project updates that aren't critical. For the most part, both parties should know what has happened since the last meeting. But if you're working with a virtual or hybrid team, this could be a valuable conversation starter. Set the goals for the meeting. What is on the agenda? And what decisions or next steps need to be determined? Ask the employee if they have any items to be added to the agenda. If needed, schedule a follow-up or add the items to the next agenda. Discuss new items and help the employee understand the bigger picture. Share information about new projects that impact their work, as well as those with which the employee doesn't have direct involvement but should be aware of. Making a connection between the employee's individual work and the organization's goals is a key driver of employee engagement. One-to-one conversations are an ideal time to conduct a quick review of employee goals and milestones as laid out in their 90-day plan. Find out if anything could impact the objectives and timelines laid out in the plan and discuss adjustments as needed. Employees want regular feedback, both positive and constructive. While one-to-one conversations aren't a formal performance review meeting, they should still be used to provide feedback. If performance is always on the agenda, you'll have the opportunity to celebrate successes and address any issues as they arise. Before wrapping up the conversation, discuss any new items that will carry over to the next meeting. Document the conversation with items to be carried over, as well as decisions and action items. Whatever process you use to document these discussions, be consistent so that you can use this conversation history as the basis for future discussions. Conclude the conversation by thanking the employee for their work and contributions. It may be the case that despite preparation and a regular structure, things don't go as planned. Try to end the conversation with at least one piece of work accomplished, such as a quick review of the employee's current goals. If you need to schedule some extra time to cover something important when you run out of time, that's a good compromise. Finally, keep employees engaged by periodically asking them what they like about their job, why they choose to stay with the organization, and what you can do to better support them. Regardless how long employees have been with the organization, you can gain valuable information with these questions. Questions to help engage employees in a future-focused discussion about their performance and career development include: what excites you the most in your work? Think back to your last few projects. Is there one thing you would do differently next time? Is there anything preventing you from doing your job as well as you'd like? Are there any knowledge areas or skills you'd like to develop to help you be more effective? What is one thing I could do to better support you? When engaging in this kind of discussion, don't put employees on the spot. Let them know in advance you're going to ask these types of questions so they can come prepared to give a response during the one-to-one conversation. To learn more about learning and development opportunities, visit the Human Resources, Health, Safety, and Environment website.